Kia ora, Taurus. This is your reading for this full moon in Virgo, happening 6th, 7th of March, so just a day or so away. So let's get the story out for you. Take what resonates, just leave what doesn't. And thanks for joining me. So let's see, Taurus. We'll pull out a few, we use a few different decks and to go through and clarify also. So let's just see. One more card. All right. We're coming out with the Hanged Man. There might be a time of what feels like a sort of, not a retreat, that's not the right word, but a kind of removal away from external stimuli. We take that position in order just to, you know, it's like a chrysalid. So there's a lot of stuff going on inside that Hanged Man. And when it's time to come out again, we have a different perspective on something, on a collection of things possibly, or just one thing. But we see this time, it's a really good time to just take a step back. And in fact, this full moon in Virgo, it does feel like a kind of sobering moment where maybe we're just tweaking a few course directions at this time, and we can see them a bit more clearly in this, in a literal sense, under this full moon in Virgo, which really is all about sort of tweaking and correcting and just making sure something is as it should be, that you are happy with it, or happy with the direction that you're moving in, that you see yourself moving in. We then have the Five of Wands. There might be, as I said, you know, hangman mode. We're switching off a lot of devices here because there can be a lot of noise going on with the Five of Wands. A lot of different people, a lot of different opinions, a lot of information. The Hanged Man serves a great purpose here. You know, there can be an unnecessary energy. You know, it's like that saying, like, pick your battles. We see that in the Five of Wands. You can expend a lot of energy dealing with something that you really don't need to lose too much time on, you know what I mean? So this is interesting, and possibly there are some Taurians who are understanding this a lot more within themselves, how they, you know, your own personal process, because we've got the Magician here, so this wonderful card of the Messenger with the ability to translate maybe a lot of information that has come through to us. We are in that digestion mode at this current time. And then we've got the beautiful Four of Wands. This is a happy home. We know where our central hearth is, that which is our place. It's a secure place. In the Thoth deck, this Four of Wands is called completion. Beginnings and achievements and completions occur ongoing throughout life. It's not just suddenly everything's complete. It's a rolling situation, you know, Taurus. So let us clarify with the Morgan Greer cards. Let's look at the Hanged Man for Taurus at this full moon in Virgo. One more card, please. One more. We've got the Knight of Wands. in some ways, in the new moon readings a couple of weeks ago, this card was coming up a lot because there's an aspect of the shapeshifter within this Knight of Wands. Very compulsive. It's fire of fire, and if you have found that maybe external, like a lot of news or a lot of stuff that you're seeing online has been exacerbating any levels of stress or worry, or just making you feel kind of a bit scattered, then you may well have felt the need to go into hangman mode. But one of the great aspects of that sort of shape-shifting energy is that we can be so flexible in terms of moving through situations that we don't have a lot of control over. But with that shape-shifting, the positive aspects of that, we can move through because we just sort of morph ourselves. We have control over that. That is ourself. So that's the positive aspect of that. And then we've got buildings, building something new. Like this is new foundations. And people are our resources. Other people, collaborative efforts cannot be underestimated. The value of others here, Taurus. So, and there's a point where maybe you've already come out of that hanged man mode, and you are seeing things from a slightly different perspective. Let's look at the Five of Wands here. Five of Wands. Yeah, something about what is going on externally. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise and distraction. And it is Ten of Wands. We find a way to release that because it's becoming burdensome. Taurus. Let us look at the Magician here. The Hierophant. We're making our own rules here as we go. That's good. The Hierophant, did I say? It's the Chariot. We're clarifying the Magician. Tahuti Thoth. This is Mercury, messenger of the gods. We're able to move through different worlds. There is that shape-shifting thing here. We're able to enter and exit places that others possibly can't. In that way of being really uber flexible. We've got the Chariot. This is works in motion. This is movement. The only reason the Chariot can move is because it's completely balanced here without force. So it's a pretty powerful card in terms of what it creates along the way of this movement. There's an aspect here also of understanding dynamics of power, whether that's your own personally or the organisations or groups that you're moving within. You understand, you're seeing the way that, different angles on that maybe of the way that people use their own power. It's interesting. And then we've got the Four of Wands again, the homecoming, happy home card. This is the base from which you operate. And this gives you a lot of strength. It is the place where you belong. And in fact, I do get that sense that you are, obviously part of that central hearth that keeps things moving. Let's look at that four. We've got the Four of Wands there twice. Just look at the last one. The Four of Wands twice. For some Taurians out there, apart from always coming back to base, and I mean that, and always looking at what is going on for you individually, like internally. And remember, these are very general readings. They can only be on this platform. So take, as I said, what resonates, leave what doesn't. We get 2 cards coming up for the last 4 of Wands here when I say you are the central part of that generating hearth that keeps everything moving. We've got the 3 of Cups. This is friendship, it's gatherings, it's people coming together. People coming together to celebrate. This is happy. This is a really happy card. There's a lot of activity. We also have the 5, another 5. 5s are difficult lesson. They can be like a lesson card or a kind of a little something that we learn from and move forward from. We get the 5 of Swords. Taking credit where it's not due. You know, in some ways, maybe look at someone that traditionally comes in to take all the swords from after the battle has played itself out. You know, it could be aspects of yourself or someone in your life that maybe is kind of is just annoying because they let themselves down, or you know, because all that is disappoint. You know, it's like it's like, oh no, why did I do that again, or why did I resort to that again? Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, Taurus, let's keep going. The pixies and fairies might give us a bit more of a glimmer on that one. All in all, it's looking like quite a lovely, strong reading for you. Guardian at the gate, we pass through this bottleneck. We pass through it. It's been a long time coming. It's all about upwards and onwards. It's all about that. Let's look at the Magician here. I think you are really your own magician. This is transformative, and it's taken a lot of courage, whether this is to do with work or home or the last year or the last 6 months. It has been transformative. We've got death card, and we've also got the Singer of Courage, and we've needed it. We've needed it here, but it's good, Taurus. It's really good. Look at that 4 of Wands with the 3 of Cups, which is a beautiful card, and the 5 of Swords. Lovely. There has been a realisation of something maybe through here. Well, I mean, we get them all the time, don't we? But looking at that 3 of Cups, we've got the fairy that was kissed by the pixies. This is all good feeling. This is good vibes. Lots of love, lots of good, you know, lots of emotional wealth and vitality here. We look at that 5. We have this beautiful card, the Maiden, fresh and new. Maybe it's you that's fresh and new, Taurus. It's a new beginning for you, a new period of time beginning. Let's just get a little animal, Kim Cran's animal card. For Taurus. Oh, we get the beautiful rabbit. Look, high, very acute sensitivity at the moment, Taurus. Very finely, you know, your little antennae or your ears are picking up all the little snippets, left, right and centre. I love the rabbit. And it is the year of the rabbit. It may well be your year. You know, these go together quite well. We like to go back down our little hole in order to rejig, to rejuvenate, in order to come out all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed again. On that note, Taurus, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful full moon in Virgo, and check out any other readings whose titles stand out. If you know what your moon ascendant, Venus and Jupiter are in, have a look at those as well. We'll see you next time. Thanks again for joining in. Ka kite.